Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. This is the post-game show. The Miami Heat just lost to the LA Clippers, 109-98, and it wasn't really close. The game was close initially, but in the fourth quarter, the Clippers were handling the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat came back a little bit in garbage time, but they were ultimately able to win by double digits in a game where they were supposed to win. They were at home, and the Miami Heat were without Bam Adebayo, who missed the game because of that back injury that he um, obtained after playing against the Portland Trailblazers. He had a really bad fall on his tailbone. So Bam missed his first game of the season, which is unfortunate. And Jimmy Butler obviously is suspended. I think this was his sixth game that he has missed due to suspension. He has one game left for his suspension, which will be this Wednesday when the Miami Heat play against the Los Angeles Lakers. So for this game, the Miami Heat played really well in the first quarter. And then after that, they kind of played pretty bad. So defensively, though, they were not looking good. Their frontline defense was bad. Zubac just destroyed the Miami Heat. They were rotating like crap. Rim protection was not great. The front line or the back line offense, like the point of attack defense, was not great at all either. James Harden was dominating as well. And Haywood Highsmith had some good stops against Harden in that first half, but Harden got to every spot and he was just dominating in that pick and roll. And he was spectacular. So first quarter, Miami Heat, again, they came out strong. Tyler Herro was looking really good. Terry Rozier, for once, was actually playing pretty well in that first quarter. He had 2 layups in the first quarter, had a couple mid-range jumpers. So he was off to a hot start. And the Miami Heat were shooting like shit from 3, but so were the Clippers. But at the end of the first quarter, they're up 35-28, and then that's where it went downhill for the Miami Heat. Second quarter, both teams combined to score 28 points, which is just ridiculous. The Heat scored 13 points in the second quarter. Luckily, the Clippers were also ice cold from the field, and they scored only 15 points. So the Heat were up by 5 going in to halftime. Third quarter was also a turd quarter. They had a horrible second quarter, and the Heat also had a pretty horrendous third quarter as well. The Clippers absolutely dominated the Heat in that third quarter. Zubac was just dominating on the glass, on the offensive glass, in the paint. Again, James Harden was cooking the Miami Heat from 3. He was 6 for 10 from 3, and they outscored the Miami Heat 36-20 in that third quarter. And so what was egregious and why the Miami Heat lost this game? The first quarter, the Miami Heat scored 35. Remember I said that. Second and third quarter combined, they scored 33 points in 2 quarters after scoring 35 in the first. That's the ball game right there. And today's NBA, you're going to lose if you can't score 100 points. And if you're only going to score 33 points in 2 quarters combined, like that's just not good enough. Third quarter, they ended up scoring 30. So did the Clippers, though. So it was even. But a lot of the points, like I said, came in garbage time. The Clippers were up by 18 at most in the fourth quarter. And Kel'el Ware specifically, he scored 11 points in that fourth quarter, but all in garbage time. And it didn't really contribute to anything. But it was still good to see Kel'el score and get a ton of rebounds in the game. So if we do walk through the box score, Tyler Herro was incredible again, but he had no help. No one else showed up to work today. It was just Tyler Herro, and he did a pretty admirable job with Bam Adebayo and Jimmy out. And he scored 32 points, so back-to-back 30-point games for Tyler, which is great. 11 rebounds, 7 assists. He was 9 for 20 from the field, 4 for 13 from 3. He had to chuck up a lot, especially in that fourth quarter, tough shots to try to get the Miami Heat back in the game. So I can't blame him, but I think this is the most free throws he's taken in any game this season, maybe in his career. Shit. He was 10 for 12 from the line. So 12 free throw attempts for Tyler Herro. That was huge. He had 1 turnover only. So great assist to turnover ratio. Tyler was doing really well. No one else was able to show up. Haywood, solid defensively, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 3 for 8 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3, so not efficient enough. 1 for 2 from the line, but he had 1 block, 3 steals. He was doing everything he could to slow down Norah Powell and James Harden, but he couldn't do it on his own, but he was solid. He was fine. Jaime was solid too, but relatively quiet. He had only 9 field goal attempts, but he was 4 for 9 from the field, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 2 for 4 from 3 though, so that's good. He was 3 for 5 and now 2 for 4, so he's starting to step up from the 3-point line. But turnovers are an issue with Jaime Jaquez, especially in the paint when he's trying to do that spin move. He's getting stripped quite a bit because a lot of folks know that's like what he wants to go to. And he had 5 turnovers, which is just not good. Obviously, he needs to be able to take care of the ball better. Terry Rozier was fine, I guess. He was good in the first quarter, like I said, then he disappeared. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 for 10 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. He's been shooting like shit from 3 this year, so I'm happy he actually made one. He had 2 turnovers, not really effective. Kel'el Ware, like I mentioned, got a lot of his points in garbage time and rebounds too, but still solid-ass game, I guess. He showed up in that fourth quarter, and he was 19 points, 13 rebounds, so 7-11 from the field. So he's been super efficient. 3 for 3 from 3, which is great. 2 for 2 from the line, 1 block, 1 steal, only 1 turnover. So pretty good game for Kel'el. He played 33 minutes in this game because Kevin Love only played 15, even though he started, but Kel'el got most of the minutes off the bench. Nico Jovic, horrible game for him. He's a role player. He's 21, I think. He's only 21 still. So he's a role player. He's going to be inconsistent. That's what role players do. They're inconsistent. And so he had a horrible game, even though he's been really good in the last 5 or 6 games. But he only had 5 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 for 10 from the field. Ouch. 1 for 7 from 3. Oof. 2 for 2 from the line, 1 block, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. So Nico could not get anything going for him, whether it was in the paint or from the 3-point line. Like, he was struggling. Duncan also struggled, only 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 1 for 5 from 3. He also had a couple turnovers himself, and that's pretty much it on the Heat side. Going to the Clippers box real quick before I hop off. Like I said, Harden really played really well. He was the big reason why that they were able to win this game tonight. 26 points, 9 for 17 from the field, 6 for 10 from 3. 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. He did have 4 turnovers, but he was facilitating. He was hitting the 3. He was getting to the paint. He was awesome tonight, and I hate James Harden. So sucks that he was playing so well. Norman Powell, that guy's a stud. That guy like hit everything. That guy, it always feels like when he's playing, he doesn't miss, especially against the Miami Heat. He had 29 points, 6 boards, just 12 for 17 from the field, 5 for 8 from 3. He had 3 steals, no turnovers. He crushed it. The other man that dominated us and dominated Kevin Love and Kel'el Ware in the paint, Zubac had 21 and 20, man. What a game. 10 for 13 from the field, 1 for 3 from the free throw line. He had 2 blocks. He was outstanding. No one else did anything. Kawhi looks washed. He's only been back for 3 games, I think, with his knee injury, and he only played 21 minutes, but he had 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 for 9 from the field, over 3 from 3. He looks washed. Yeah, it was mainly those 3. Those 3 pretty much scored all the points for the Clippers. They didn't really get much from anybody else off the bench. Amir Coffey had 5. Kevin Porter had 6. Derek Jones Jr. actually played pretty well off the bench with 9 points in 16 minutes. But either way, Miami Heat lost. They're 3-3 on this road trip without Jimmy Butler, and they're 20-18. And I think because of this loss, they're going to be now the 7th seed. So they were tied with the Bucks for the 6th seed, but then after that loss, they are now in the 7th seed. The Clippers are now 21-17, and they are also in the 7th seed in the West. That's all I have for this post-game show. If you guys do enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and have a good night.